I get you guys in a quick interview?
I apologize. I don't
No?
want to film.
Can I get you just want to hear what today is about.
Cindy can tell you that she's got
Yes.
Cindy!
She's very articulate. Excuse me?
Can I get you in a quick interview?
No, we're busy right now.
A few moments later.
Recently on the news, Trump is bringing in South African refugees. What are your thoughts on that?
He needs to look at all refugees, not just the ones that he's picking and choosing. There are people that are being denied process that came here as refugees that are being sent to horrible prisons.
And how would you rank Trump's term so far? Do you think he's done a compatible job, or would you say he gets 5 big dooms?
5 big dooms.
What are your thoughts on President Trump bringing in the South African refugees into America? Do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing?
It's definitely a bad thing, and it just further shows what he is about, which is denying black and brown people access to the country, but still bringing in rich white guys. How do you deport 400,000 people but bring in 52 and have a parade with a private jet and diplomats and all of those things? It's disgusting.
And do you think that everyone should have the right to be in America? Or do you think that it should be for legal citizens only?
I think everyone should have the right. If you don't have the right to come over, then how do we have migrants? Everyone deserves the right to appeal to their case to be in America. We are supposed to be land of the free, home of the brave, and right now no one is free and no one is brave enough to stand up.
And last question for you. Would you support just removing the southern border in its entirety?
I don't know about removing the border in its entirety, but right now I believe I'd rather take a chance with Mexico than the U.S.
Really?
Really.
Do you think the United States is more dangerous than Mexico?
Absolutely.
How would you rank President Trump's first term so far? Do you think he's done a good job or a bad job?
In a word, bad.
Bad? How bad? Are we talking like 5 big dooms?
I've been around, I've seen a lot of presidents. This is the lowest president I have seen in my life.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Well, that is an extreme statement, so that says a lot. What makes today so important that you are out here on a Wednesday protesting?
This is the most important thing in my life right now. I'm a lawyer. I'm a retired law professor. The one thing I worry about most of all is the rule of law. I have watched Mr. Trump slowly during the latter administration eat into the rule of law and is openly doing it now. We can't have it. We have to stop him somehow.
And how would you rank President Trump's second term so far? Do you think he's...
I would rank it as absolutely atrocious. Somebody showed me something funny that said, how could he get a worse cabinet? IKEA makes cabinets smarter than Mr. Trump. And I think it's true. I think he's appointed sycophants, people who don't know much, that's so they'll be loyal only unto him. And that's a national tragedy. It's a very dangerous time in this country.
Yeah. All right. And something in the news right now is President Trump bringing over South African refugees.
Well, that is pure racism. They are white, mostly. The people who are being treated the most horrendously here are black or brown.
Well, not in South Africa. The South African...
South Africans, some of them are brown and black. It depends on where they are from in South Africa.
Correct, but the death threats came to the white ones. They said kill all white people in South Africa. So that's why the white ones are...
I can't argue that point, but there's clear racism in the application of these unlawful, unconstitutional measures taken against who turn out to be mostly black.
What makes today so important that you are spending your Wednesday afternoon protesting in Jackson, Tennessee?
For me, it's the abject threat to democracy. I grew up in the South during Jim Crow, and I know what it looks like, what oppression looks like, what perceived dominance looks like, what the ability and the power hungry look like to threaten people and make sure that they silence those folks. And I know what it looks like. This is it.
Really?
Yes.
Do you believe President Trump is a racist?
I believe he is a pawn. I believe he's not smart enough to be a racist. I honestly do. I think he's a pawn, but a willing pawn and an opportunist. Is he a con man? Yes, absolutely. He's a con man.
Kind of on the same topic, right now he's in the news for bringing over the South African refugees.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think that that is a sign of racism?
I think it could be. I'm on this. I don't know for certain, but I've heard that there have been hundreds of black Africans who wanted to access to come to America and they were denied. They've been on a waiting list for a long time, but he's let 59 Afrikaners come. And I think it's a white thing. He wants to make America white again.
A few moments later.
I think everyone that wanted to talk has talked, so
Okay.
thank you so much.
Great. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, of course.
How will we know if this is published somewhere?
I guess just look for it online. I do have one more quick thing to mention. I'm actually a Trump supporter conservative. So thank you guys for talking to me. It was awesome.
So are you going to, as a Trump supporter conservative, are you going to like spin this in a way that looks like really goofy or something?
No, absolutely not.
No?
I just wanted to, yeah, of course. Why? The economy, immigration. I think that the economy needed to be fixed. I think the immigration.
You think it's fixed?
You think it's fixed?
I think it's going in the right trajectory. Yes, absolutely.
Have you
It-
listened to the
That's just
expert
sad.
economist?
Yeah, I mean, if you just
talked
look at the
about-
graphs show that Biden was about right here.
Yeah.
President Trump is right here currently.
He is not up there. It depends on where you look.
Look at the stock
I'm
market.
looking at Richard. The stock market.
Look,
you
look
know where
at
it's
gas
going.
prices.
There are ships
Yes,
right
it went
now
up
in China.
24 cents in Huntington from yesterday, so it's at $2.99.
$2.99.
$2.99.
Okay, that's just got to be a terrible area because where I'm at, it's $2.50.
Oh, well, we need to go where you
Here, there
Well, I'll
were
tell you what,
here
we'll-
today
we'll,
$2.89. Yeah.
We'll look for it online. All right.
All right,
So appreciate you
Yeah,
coming
of course.
out.
Thank
all
you
right?
guys
And,
for talking to me and
Really?
Trump 2028. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Next time you always disclose first that you're a Trump supporter.
Well, it shouldn't matter, you know.
Well,
Open
it
dialogue.
Will matter because there's something myopic about Trump supporters who tend not to see past their noses. They cannot see any big picture. They only see this picture.
Well, I'm here to have open conversation. I'm here to talk. I didn't rebuttal anything. I just wanted to hear you guys' opinions.
Okay, and we want
so,
you
yeah.
to open your ears and look around. If you had an uncle who acted like him, would that be okay? If you had a father who acted like this, would that be okay with you?
I would be honored to be a Trump. It would be an honor.
It would you. Oh my God! It's time to go. I'm going to close my eyes and ears now. Anybody who listens to somebody, if my father ever talked that way, I think I'd disown him. If my father talked about grabbing women by the what, I think
Everyone says terrible things. I don't
Don't
condone
do
that.
everyone. Don't do that, everyone. We're talking about this idiot who's trying to run the country.
That's not a terrible thing. That is a disgusting.
That's disgusting.
And I can shame
That's
on you.
disgusting. That's not okay.
That's the worst
You're
thing
a
you
sad
can do
person.
to a woman
Okay, let's,
is violate her sexually. That's
See,
the worst thing.
but it's crazy that we were kind and she calls me a terrible person. Well, it was nice meeting you guys. God bless. Hopefully JD Vance 2028.